By the way, we have yet to like create an intro, so I'm sure we'll get to that as time progresses.
I literally just was getting ready to ask, is there an intro? Because I forgot we don't have one yet.
We just gonna hop into this whole. How you doing?
I'm good, other than stressed, man. Like, the day's leveling out, and once it ends, it'll be even better.
I feel that. Like you ever had them days where you was like, if I could just hit the video game reset button and just wake up in the bed, but stay in the bed, I would do that.
Right. Like, what is it? Like Murphy, whoever that is, that Murphy's Law, he need his ass whooped. Or she, whoever Murphy was, like, I
That
need you
nigga.
to reincarnate and catch this fade right quick.
Oh my god.
Because whatever can go wrong went wrong today. It was just one of those days.
You
So
want
I will
you
be
want to tell the
glad when the
story?
24 hours reset.
You want to retell the story so the people listening can.
Man. All right. So my day started off just fine. Had a little bit of headache, cleared its way on out. It's all good. For the second time, Thanos, who I also call King Petty, decided that he needed to go outside. So go ahead, I get him hooked up. We open the front door. Boom, everything's good. Birds are singing their songs. Sunlight is doing what it does. And a lizard runs into my house. Not a very big one. But maybe that big on the body, and then you add the tail. So maybe like that. Representative for Godzilla coming to spread his word. We weren't wanting the pamphlets though. So I have a husky as well as a German Shepherd lab. King Petty, Thanos is my lab mix. And then my husky is Eros, also known as Ted Bundy's Tethered. You'll hear him referred to as Carmen San Diego and Dora the Explorer. He does, and serial killer. He gets that one too, because Ted Bundy.
Mm,
So I kick the door closed because if my husky feels wind in his fur, he's out.
mm.
Like, you're not getting him back. You might as well get ready for marathons. It's just not gonna happen. So I kicked the door because I'm like, we're not doing that today. Eros's ears go from kind of like this little thing to straight up. Pupils dilate, and the malicious intent in him started to amplify in the air. Like, you could feel it. Like, oh, it's colder in my living room than it should be.
Mm,
Like an anime moment where you know the bad guy about to do something real, real terrible.
mm-hmm.
That's where we was at with this. So I'm like, oh, I'm about to witness a murder. I don't want that either. Eros goes forward. Thanos goes forward to meet him. So Thanos hits Eros and kind of knocks him back. I don't know why. Because he did not go for the lizard. So it's not like he wanted this to himself. The lizard was watching Thanos as though Thanos is the threat. And I'm like, bro, animals really have no sense of self preservation because everyone seems to treat he's black, in case anyone
Mm.
was wondering. But the world seems to treat my shepherd like he is the threat, and nah, it's this husky. That man want nothing but smoke all the time. Like, we're here. So they run into each other. In that chaos, the lizard ends up on me. So now I'm like, oh, you really got to get out my house because I don't want you either. So I opened the door because I'm like, I got to figure out how to get the lizard out, get myself out, and get away from these animals. Thanos, I think, was trying to save me because after he knocked Eros over, he immediately runs and hits me, which shoves me out of the door. Mind you, he's still clipped to the leash. So I end up outside. I managed to grab the doorknob, slam it shut, leash in the hand. So Thanos is now stuck to the door. Can't go nowhere. So all I hear is him yelling his ears off. He got big ass ears. And then I keep hearing a thump against the door because my husky is throwing himself into the door. And I got this lizard on my leg. So I get the lizard off me. He scurries off with his pamphlets that we rejected. And now I'm stress crying because why would you jump on me? I didn't do anything to you. Like, what was the purpose of you attacking me? Like, I could understand if you jumped on the dogs. I could understand if you like scurried, but no, you came at me. You charged the person that's trying to save your life. The incident we were talking about, where with the fight, where the third party
Hmm.
jumps in.
Last week.
Yeah,
Yep.
yes. That's what I felt like, ashamed and alarmed and just why, like hurt, really. So I get back in the house. I get Thanos unclipped. He don't want to talk to me now, so he don't even want to go outside no more. He huffs, jumps up on my couch. Eros is mad because we didn't let him eat the lizard, so now he's jumping up on the couch. My dogs really don't nap together because Thanos doesn't like Eros very much. Like he protects him, but that's about the extent of it. Like they'll play together, but he really not rocking with him. And he's been here almost 2 years. Thanos just isn't a fan. So, but today they actually napped together. Like they were curled up together. It was actually really cute, but I was still very upset. So I didn't even want to acknowledge the cuteness. And then I was like, I'll make myself feel better and I'll cook because that's my happy place.
Mm-hmm.
I apparently have a whole box of faulty Ziploc bags. Got a pork shoulder, 5.5 pounds, marinated, and my mojo marinated. Have been sitting for like an hour and 45 minutes or so. So I'm like, let me go ahead and rotate this on out so it can finish on up because we're going to get it in the oven after we get done tonight. I went to move it, and orange juice, cilantro, garlic, and mint, and some olive oil just went. I did not have to remake anything because it wasn't enough to cause a big problem on that front. So for that, I was like, all right, that's cool, I guess. But now I'm mad because I smell like oranges. My house smells like oranges, mint, cilantro, and garlic, which on their own are not terrible smells, but you don't want that to be something that permeates your existence. So sock, everybody knows how wet socks feel. It's orange juice. It's a liquid. Now I'm just mad at the world. And then tried to get on the cast, and my laptop decided it didn't want to do anything but be a black screen. However, my second monitor is working just fine. I go ahead and shift everything from the second monitor back to the laptop. And what does the laptop do? Light up like a Christmas tree. All right, we in there. I tried to send it back because, hey, it's fixed. Nope. Everything goes black. Computer shuts down and resets itself. Then my camera did not want to turn on before we got onto the gas. So here I am, ready for this day to be done. Murphy need his ass beat.
Fuck Murphy. With that being said, welcome to Let's Talk About It. Because we got some shit to talk about today. It's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy day for KB. So we gonna offer our thoughts and prayers for your sister. I know the Church of Godzilla will be making their rounds around the neighborhood, but you did right. You stayed the path. You didn't give up. So
I almost want to return my Godzilla movies now, though, because I'm a little spiteful about it. But it's fine.
Depends on which ones, though. Depends on which one.
I like all of them. I'm a big fan of cheesy monster sci-fi, so I have like the black and white ones, and I got the new ones. And I got Godzilla 2000.
We don't count that one. We don't count that one.
That's the Matthew Broderick one, right?
Yeah.
So that movie is not good, but it also is not as bad as I think some people make it sound. Like, really, is the storyline itself isn't the problem. It's when they decided that Godzilla could have kids. Right. And once they hit that point, I was like, see, y'all went from being an okay kind of movies to just, I can't defend you.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do this? But, like, up until that point, I actually enjoyed the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, once they got to the replication, I was like, yeah, y'all dumb.
Yeah, I ain't like it. I ain't like it. But that's neither here nor there. Because while you're here and not there, I was trying to do a segue. That shit didn't work. KB, what's our first topic, huh?
Bro, our first topic is gonna be Catch Me Giving Back to the Community. How about that?
Now, if you didn't catch that glorious pun by our glorious writer here, KB, our girl is back in the news. And we don't know who our girl is. I'm talking about Cash Me Outside. How about that? The young lady who went on Dr. Phil. She went with her family and she said the marvelous catchphrase with her herringbone chain on. And recently, she decided she'd give back. And her way of giving back would be by starting a scholarship fund, which was amazing. And I thought it was a great idea. And what makes this interesting is how she got the money for the scholarship. So hear me out. Now, the young lady in question, her name is Bad Baby. Now, Bad Baby, she's 19 years old, right?
Is it baby? I thought it was Barbie.
Is it Barbie? I thought it was Baby. Let me double check. Because I
You know
always
what? I
remember
don't
that.
know enough about this child to know what the name is that she's going by.
No, it's Bad Baby.
I definitely thought it was Barbie. Well, here we go. Learn me something.
So, so all right. So boom, Bad Baby's real name, her government is Danielle Bregoli.
That I did know.
Ah, now she's a rapper, songwriter, and famously an internet personality.
We
All
use a
right.
writer and songwriter like loosely here.
Yeah, yeah. So peep this. Now, the reason I brought up her age was on purpose. So she recently decided to, do like everybody else did during the pandemic and find a way to make money. Because, sometimes the rapping isn't all it's chalked up to be. And she had just turned 18. So she started her OnlyFans. And she's been doing quite well over the last year. And I'm gonna ask you, KB, because she wants to start a scholarship fund. How much do you think she made in a year on OnlyFans? How much do you think?
Because of the way the internet is set up, I know this child probably made more money than I will ever see in my life.
Quite possible.
And I also know that the scholarship fund itself is not a small number.
Nope, it's 1.7 million.
Facts. So if she is giving away, and to be fair, like this is a partnership, so I don't think it's
Yes.
all her money going into it. But I feel very confident in saying that if she is giving away that amount of money, her net worth right now probably exceeds that amount of money. Because ain't nobody about to give away more than you actually make. Not unless you just really like if you dying maybe.
Yeah, yeah. But come on, give me a number. Give me a number. How much you think she made in a year? In the last year?
Last year,
Uh-huh.
before it is it more than the scholarship fund?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Let's say that she made, since she's giving away 1.7, let's just say she made a cool five.
Cool 5 million?
Cool five.
Okay. Damn good guess, cuz. Psych, I lied. This nigga made $52 million over the course of a year. There's the stats on the screen. She made $52 million over the course of a year. There's the stats. There they go. 52.
That is sickening.
Let's
Let
sickening.
let me clarify.
Come on. Come on.
I have no issues with people doing OnlyFans. I
Of
don't
course not.
particularly care. I'm neither body shaming nor slut shaming
Of
anyone.
course
The
not.
only person I ever actively shame and mean it is myself, and that's because I roast me on the daily. No one else can.
Understood.
And I don't like. I really don't have an issue with that. I don't have an issue with how she got her fame. Like you're not gonna catch me bumping her music just because I don't like the era of music that she's in. I'm just not feeling majority of those artists anyway. So I really don't care to hear what you have to say, and your voice annoys me. But
Mm,
aside from that, get your money. I'm not gonna hate on that because you are doing well. Again, better than I will probably ever have a chance to see.
right.
So I'm not hating on that. It's sickening just simply the amount. And then to hear people put down OnlyFans and know for a fact that most of the people who are complaining about it are probably going in debt giving their money to folks.
So I'm glad you brought that part up because I'm a patron of. I have a Patreon. I have an OnlyFans. I go and I support actors and well, not actors, actresses who I wish to see in that light. So, being that I have an account, I thought I'd go and mosey and see how much she charges monthly. How much you think she charges monthly?
If you tell me it's a ridiculously low number, I'm ending this cast. Because if she made that amount of money with a low number, I'm signing off for tonight, and we can do this next week.
How much do you think she charges monthly?
Man, we just gonna say like something stupid, 150.
$23.99 a month.
I literally almost disconnected everything, bro. All right, so I'm about to
They,
shoot her an email and just be like, let me borrow 750.
bruh, she gets tipped out the ass. So the thing about OnlyFans is they have the monthly, subscription that you pay a month. So $23.99 is the minimum. But you have some unlockable scenes, other content that you can pay to unlock, or you can just receive tips. Yeah. I'm gonna let that sink in.
Oh no, I saw the tip because they showed the breakdown. So I saw
Oh,
that.
yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. It is
Also,
stupid.
OnlyFans is not just sex based. So
It's
again,
not.
before y'all come on here shaming OnlyFans creators and contents, I'm gonna
Right.
need you to shut it up.
Yeah.
Because there are chefs on OnlyFans,
Mhm.
there are dog groomers, like pet groomers in general. OnlyFans literally is just that. It's content that only your fans are gonna want to see.
Facts.
So, because I hate that stigma with OnlyFans too. And also, even if it was just sex based, let
Right.
people be happy. Somebody paying to see it, shut your ass up.
Somebody wanted to get their rocks off, so stop
Right.
hating. So
If
yeah,
somebody's shaped like a potato and want to be out here on OnlyFans, I guarantee you, if somebody sitting there like I would mash that potato. So
that was
hush.
fucking hilarious. That was good. So yeah, she's partnering with EduCapital Foundation, and and this was the other part. Not only is she doing that, she's what is it? She's doing another smaller scholarship where 50 students are going to get 1,000 towards their tuition. Another 50 is going to get 10,000 towards the startup capital for starting up their own business. And she's going to get a handful, they haven't given a full number, which will get a full ride scholarship worth 200,000.
So guess who about to try and see what's the age limit for that startup business?
Man, what?
Listen, I have some ideas.
Look, I'm trying to tell you, and like, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when I hear stuff like this, I don't mean to be nihilistic, but I'm like, oh, they doing this for tax purposes. But then I thought about it. Even if it was for tax purposes, bruh, she's doing it the right way by giving it back to the people that actually need this shit.
Right.
So I'm not even fucking mad at it.
And that's always been my thing with it. Like I don't care what your reasoning is for what you're doing. If it's benefiting other people who actually do need the help, it is what it is. Like your reasons for doing it are yours. You square that up with whoever you need to square that up with when it's all said and done.
God,
I'm not about to take from people who need it, and that's just how I feel.
period.
So like, I could hate this person's guts. This is one thing where I'm not about to knock it. And this could be a good PR. Her PR person could say, hey, you've been out of the limelight on this grounds, let's do this. But clearly she does not need to do this.
Right.
She's
She's
pulling in
straight.
she's pulling in NBA player money.
Right.
So
I need to get out here and do some hand videos or feet videos or something, bro. I gotta tighten up.
listen, I don't even like nail polish, but I'm sitting here like I guess I could like sacrifice a part of my soul for this.
Right, just a sliver.
All right.
I got bills.
Facts. I got goals and dreams,
You know,
and I got feet. So,
yeah, and that's all you need. Work
right.
the OnlyFans if you'd like to sponsor us. We'd greatly appreciate it. Shit.
Listen.
All right. So KB, what else we got on the docket, huh?
So, the other thing we have on the docket, I'm actually really excited about this,
Oh,
is I want to talk about how you define success for you and how does that tie into your happiness. I didn't have a snazzy title for this one because I really just want to get right into it.
okay. You want to hit first or?
You.
Oh, me. All right. So bad. So it's funny. This was your topic that you pretty much selected. I came to a realization because I recently turned 35 that for the longest I thought success meant being recognized everywhere you go, getting sponsored by this and that, being a household image, being known by everywhere. No, that's not what success necessarily is. To someone, that may be success, but to me, what I wanted in success was just to be able to freely create and have someone receive it. And the long and short of it is I use my platform to have dialogue like this.
You
And
want to have
we get
accents?
right, get to have accents. But I get to have conversations like these that other people need to hear because we're both introverts. We've talked about this. Majority of the time I'm in my head. Even when I'm out in public, people tell me I look like I'm angry. No, I'm thinking. That is literally my thinking face. If I can alleviate any sort of uncertainty to the next person who wants to be a podcaster or who wants to do any sort of content creation, that's successful to me. That they can look at my platform, hear two dope ass people states away discuss this topic, and then feel like, yo, I'm not alone. That's success to me. Just being able to do for others while doing what you love, that's success to me.
Good, good. And now, like, how does that tie into like your happiness though?
Oh, dude.
Like, how does that feed you?
So all right. So I have what I've dubbed the two battery theory. You ready? Here we go. Each person has two batteries inside of them. They have their fun social battery. I like to call it the hobby battery, where you do what you want, when you want, how you want, blah, blah, blah. And then you have your work battery. They're connected in both terminals in like a perpetual connection. One feels the other feels the other, and so on and so on. If you do what you want creatively, if you fully utilize the time given to you, if you're able to express yourself in whatever artistic fashion that you really want to, you can literally transfer that energy, that surplus of get up and go, to your actual job. And as you deplete your get up and go at your job, it starts to recharge because you get to look forward to the time that you set aside to do the things that you love. As you and do the things that you love, you have more energy to spend at work. As you do the things uh, beneficial at work and you exceed at those things because you're getting that outlet on the outside, it charges your current battery. So each there's balance. It kind of fuels itself. And if you're able to achieve that, that's the happiness. Being able to go to work and be like, yo, I'm gonna crush it at work. And then you get off and be like, all right, I'm gonna do what I want this weekend. Let's go. Or whatever your off days may be, or whatever your nights may look like, or days. Like as long as you're able to leave work at work, come home and do what you want to do, whatever it may be, I feel like that's happiness.
I like that answer. That's a good, clean little answer there. And I like the imagery with the batteries and the conduit, going back and
Yeah.
forth. I like that. I like that. Welcome to the 35 Club. It's a nice little club. I like it in here.
Yeah. It's cool.
Um, I don't have like the imagery for you that you had like that. That's beautiful. Um, for me, I think success really is being able to get up consistently and say you enjoy what you're doing.
Mm,
That to me is success. It's not necessarily like a monetary value. If you can pay your bills and you can put food on your table and you can do the things that you need to get done, then by all means, like to me, that's success. I think that as people, we don't really celebrate the minor stuff anymore,
mm,
and you kind of have this image of like because I hear it a lot, like you don't give a fish credit for swimming. But I
Mm.
feel like we're not applying that properly anymore. Like,
Okay.
yeah, you don't give a person credit for doing like the right thing, right? You're supposed to
Right.
do the right thing. That's the thing. But that does not apply to successes. Like, if you completed your job today and you didn't make any mistakes, well, yeah, you're not supposed to make mistakes at your job, but you are a human being. Mistakes happen. So
Facts.
you deserve the right to celebrate the fact that you had a mistake-free day. If you somebody that watches calories when you eat, if you don't go over your intake, like, you deserve to celebrate that. Don't go over your intake and celebration, like, celebrate properly. But
Right.
I think that we really, because life is hard, right? So I think we have to really get to a place where we start celebrating those small milestones and those small
Mhm.
victories. That's something that I know my therapist really had me focusing on at one point, which was like, hey, you don't give yourself credit for things. Like, you do things and you go through the motions, but you don't recognize that sometimes going through the motions is all that you can do. Celebrate that. Celebrate the fact that you woke up today. Like, you're allowed to have those moments. And then, like we both were saying, that kind of ties into, like, for me personally, if I can get up and I can get in my kitchen at least twice a week, that to me is successful, because I hadn't been able to do that, most of last year. Like, I was wiped out
Mhm.
going into my kitchen and trying to like boil a pot of noodles, like, wiped me. So now to be able to go into my kitchen, once we get done and put my roast in the oven and be able to go through and make my salsa verde and do, my tortillas and do these things that I've been missing doing, like, that's success to me. So I may not be like successful in terms of, like, bad girl Barbie, whatever her name is,
Bad
like
baby.
that. So, I may not be bad, but I'm by no means insignificant.
I agree with you, man. Excuse me. That was one of the promises I made to myself this year for my birthday. I hung with a smaller group of friends, and it forced me to realize the success I've achieved up to this point, and I promised myself that going forward, however many years I got left, hell, I don't know. But I'm gonna celebrate every little motherfucking thing that I do. We are too hard on ourselves. We don't give ourselves grace, and social media is great at like highlighting the fact that we don't give ourselves grace. We see everybody's highlight reels, we compare ourselves, and we say, "Oh, I'm not here yet, so I'm failing." No, man, you're just not quite there yet, but you're on your way.
Right. And the rate is different for everyone. Like,
Right.
that's the big thing. Like, you look at like some of these actors and actresses who have millions and billions did not start until their late 20s, possibly even late to mid 30s, right? So I cannot sit here and measure my life to your life. Our experiences are vastly different. And I cannot sit here and measure your life to a Jim Carrey, to a Jamie
Right.
Foxx. Like, we walked different pathways. We all did different things. And not only that, but the world looks completely different from the time that they were doing what they're doing to the time we're doing now. Like, you look at social media, for instance, and the way that this has blown up. It's easy to become a viral star now. It's
Mm.
actually a lot easier than it was when the internet first started doing its thing. Like, you look at a Tori Kelly, for instance. She made her fame by doing it a different way. She took advantage of the internet when it first started popping off, and she made all of those YouTube videos. And now you look at how many people follow that formula trying to get that same type of success. And you can literally go viral with your videos, but it doesn't translate to what Tori Kelly has, right?
Mm.
But because you're making that comparison in your head, you're like, oh, I should be where well, no, she happened to hit right at that stride. You are having to do something different now. You can follow the formula, but you are going to have to do something different. You're going to have to change something that doesn't make what you're doing any less valid.
Fact.
And I think that's where we kind of are, is everybody's chasing this idea of what success is, and they're not looking at it from a personal standpoint of you're allowed to be successful in a different way.
Right.
Now, if you really sit and you look and you feel like you're not, all right, cool, that's fine. So now give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
Take a step back and see what you need to do to get into those next steps. That goes for me, that goes for you, that goes for all of us. We all are guilty of not giving ourselves space to be great.
That is very eloquently said, KB. God damn it. Fucking proud of you, man. All right. So our last topic that we want to close out, because we like to close out giving flowers and having a really good conversation piece. Serena Williams, champion. I can't even tell you how many goddamn titles she's had, how many slams she's murdered, how many white people she's upset. She might be in the Guinness World Record for most upset white women. Like for real, for real. Like you laughing. I'm being dead ass.
I'm laughing because I watched her game last night, and that and Monday, and one of the announcers, like, don't get me wrong, she was giving Serena credit, but if you listen to her tone and the way she was going about it, homie was big mad at having to do it. She did not want to have to give any type of compliments and any type of like praise to anything that Serena did. It was always said with this tone of, I guess, that's what she should be doing. No, Serena is like in her 40s. And not only that, but shout outs because she beat the number 2 ranked person in the world who's young enough to be her daughter. She is, I think, 33 years older than that child. A GOAT. The GOAT. It's undisputed. I know nothing about tennis, but I know that.
Look,
speaking of, her and Venus are playing right now.
As we speak, they're going there. Ain't that awesome to be going heads up with your sister, like again? Like, yeah. Both
they're not playing each other. They're playing with each other.
They're doubles. Oh, yeah. My bad. Well, it's still both of y'all are playing together. Like, that's family excellence, man.
It is.
Honestly, if there's not an anime made in her honor in the next 10 years, I'm calling bullshit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
You know what? You're right. I'm gonna do it. Don't nobody else steal that. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it dope too. Make Regina King the voice of Serena.
Listen, we need to put that out there and like start tagging her.
Yes, does work. But I was reading something she had posted online about her retirement. She posted something in Vogue, and I'm just gonna read what she said, and I'm not gonna read the full thing, but I'm gonna read this little snippet, and I think you can see why she's at where she is. This morning, my daughter Olympia, dope name, who turns 5 this month, and I were on our way to get her new passport before a trip to Europe. We're in my car, and she's holding my phone, using an interactive educational app she likes. This robot asks her a question. What do you want to be when you grow up? She doesn't know I'm listening, but I can hear the answer she whispers in the phone. She says, I want to be a big sister. That's all I had to read, bro. When I seen that, and I hope this comes off the right way, and I'm sure it will. Fuck it. It's so easy to forget that people are human. Let me explain what I mean by that. When I see Serena, I see champion, I see icon, I see goddamn the greatest tennis player of my lifetime. I forget that she's a wife. I forget that she's a mom. Sometimes I even forget she's a woman. Of course, her priority is at home. Of course, she has the ability to make the decision that, you know what, this was good enough. I want to go do this now. I think a lot of times with growing up with certain athletes or certain content creators or just people in general, we get so used to one particular box, so hyper focused on this one box they check that we forget about all these other boxes that they have. And so that being said, when I first heard her retiring, I was like, oh, that sucks. But when I read that statement, I was like, you know what? How dare I? She deserves that. What are your thoughts?
It lines up to the same. Like we forget that the especially like athletes, celebrity, whatever you want to give the tag to for what they're doing, I think we do forget that they are human beings. Especially like when something goes wrong, we tend to immediately we're like, you should know better, as though having money equates to suddenly having like a better moral compass. We act as though like having the eyes of millions on you automatically means you should want this forever.
Mm-hmm.
Father Time is undefeated, and Serena has dealt with a lot of injuries towards the later half of her career, and even now pulling off what she's doing, like you could look at her and say, "Oh, come on, you could give us another one. You could give us another two at least," because the way she's playing, again, you beat the number two ranked seed in the world. 33 years younger than you. And not only that, but you were down and you came back and beat this child like she owed money. So my thing is like you said, reading. I never even read the statement because I was like, it's not surprising to me at this point because she is a mother, and that's not to say that you have to give up what you're doing for motherhood, but to have the choice to give it up is important.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where I don't have to be at peace with her decision because it's not mine to make. It's not mine to make peace with.
Right.
You know, what she's done for tennis, what she's done for Black girls and athletes, what she's done for the perception of Black women in general with the body style that she has. Like, these are all things that we can be thankful for and allow, like, Serena made it okay to have a powerful frame for Black women for the first time that I had seen publicly.
Mm.
Tennis is literally the only sport that I've ever seen advertised more than the women, and it's because of Serena. Don't get me wrong, Venus is there too,
Right.
but it's because of Serena. Golf, soccer, hockey. Women have a hockey. I just found out women play hockey when they did
Did not know that.
the Canadian player. She's like the first Black player. Like she broke some thing, and it was all over Twitter. So I was like, oh snap, we do that too. Like, and so
Right.
it's wild because when it comes to advertisement, like I said, tennis is the first time where it's like women and then men, and it's because of
Mm-hmm.
a Black woman, and I'm always going to be thankful for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was saying earlier that I felt privileged to be in the era of her, to see their grand debut and then to see their rise, and to see Serena do all that she's done, accomplish all these feats, and say, all right, I'm gonna go be a mom for real. I holler at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like that's so cold to me, man. That's
It,
so cold to me.
it is like literally the only thing I don't like about this whole thing, and it has nothing to do with her, and it has everything to do with I've noticed people getting louder about the whole. See, this is why women need to, want to start families. And I'm like,
Mm,
y'all are forgetting though. Serena has it all. She has her fame. She has her career that she wanted. She has the money that you keep saying that women shouldn't be chased. Like she has everything. And she had to make sacrifices in each of those categories to gain it later.
mm,
But one thing Serena has never said is that she didn't want to be a mom.
right.
So I'm seeing a lot more people pick up a mic that should stay quiet. Like, this is why you should want to have kids. Look at Serena. She's going to be happy to go be a mother. Yeah, because Serena's in her 40s and her career's nearly over and she's ready to hang it up.
Right.
But she wanted this. Saying a woman, 35 and no kids, you're going to be 60 and alone. Y'all can go get a dog. I have two. I love them dearly. And they act like 3-year-olds, so I damn sure don't need no kids.
Hey, that's fact. KB, this was a hell of a session, man. Like I said, I love when we have these one-on-ones. You know, you and my sister from a different mister, in case you didn't know. And in case you also didn't know, we are the left and right hands of the Blurred Syndicate. Make sure you go and support. Make sure you go and follow it on Facebook, Instagram, all the YouTubes, Twitch too, I believe. Yeah, Twitch too.
We got Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and we're on TikTok. We got the clock app.
We on the top.
We on the top. And Twitter. We on the Bird app.
Oh, we on the little bluebird. You feel me?
Universal.
Gang. So that being said, this has been your boy, sir. This has been the illustrious KB. Matter of fact, you said your own name. I'm over here over talking you. How man of me?
That's funny. I usually just go by the kid. It's the kid KB.
I love it. See, you gotta do the Italian fingers. You know. We out. Peace.